Good night, Wes.
Good night, Vince.
I will honestly say that sex with an older man is better. And that is something you don't get from somebody your age. They don't really care, or they just assume they're doing it right. And women are very complex creatures.
I'm 54, going to be 55 in February.
I'm 24. I just turned 24 in September.
And we do have a 30-year age gap. We've been together almost 3 years now.
We met on Match.com. We got together a couple months later and we really hit it off.
I was attracted to her blonde hair. She had a beautiful smile. She used the word Disney in her profile, and I thought, well, she has to be a Disney fan, or basically everything is off because I'm kind of a Disney aficionado. So we're entering Fantasyland. It's our last day here at the happiest place on earth.
I never was attracted to guys my age, within 1 to 2, even 5-year difference. My ex-boyfriend is actually older than Vince.
I can smell it from here.
This was my first age gap relationship that I've had, which I never really thought that it would be a long-term thing. There were some things in my marriage that were lacking. I actually felt that a younger girl would be able to provide those for me. I didn't realize that I was going to fall so hard for Wes.
Wesley has never done anything by the book.
I remember this one.
She likes older men. I was like, okay, it's her thing. It took a while for him to grow on me. He's certainly got a different sense of humor. And, the whole Disney thing, whatever works for them, Here we go.
Strasabosco. What the heck, dude? This is the crew. Excuse our coffee table. Our daughter is the biggest thing that's changed me. Rosalie is my first child. I've always wanted a little girl, and since Vince is a significant amount older than me, the possibility of us having more children is very slim, so I'm very happy that she's a girl.
Good morning, Rosalie. We had our bath.
She's so cute all the time.
Tried the great stuff. It's delicious. Don't believe me, it's delicious.
Vince does have another child. He's 26, so he is 2 years older than me.
My son, I think, is uncomfortable, but I don't know if it's so much about the age gap as that it's the fact that, I divorced his mom. Love you, Wes.
Love you, Vince.
We had unprotected sex for about 2 years, and then magically I was pregnant. So it was more of a miracle thing.
Yeah, we did have unprotected sex for quite a while.
Jingle balls.
Sweater on. Piper loves my balls. She wants to jump on them. I think the sex life is great. Wesley is she's very intimate. She's very loving.
Oh my God, Vince! I'm bleeping that out.
She treats me like a man. She makes sure that all of my needs are met. She also makes me feel loved, which is very important. Sex is sex, but sex without love isn't really a connection.
Sex is better with an older man. Why? Because they are so willing to please somebody that's so much younger than them. They want to make sure they cover all areas. I have somebody that is constantly guiding me in the right direction. If I need advice, I don't really need to go to my mom. I can go to Vince. I have somebody there to constantly provide me support on such a higher level than I would get if I was with somebody my own age.
My next door neighbor took me to a White Sox game when I was 12. I'd never been there before. Of course, it was south side of Chicago, and I really enjoyed going. It was fun, and they were really cheap tickets, like $2 to get in.
I don't know anything about sports.
I kind of feel like I'm a mentor, which I didn't feel like I was before. I actually feel like I can teach and bring items into Wesley's life that I have gone through in my experiences to somewhat make her a better person. And you have to be careful because you're saying things to a younger person, and you don't want to make them feel less than you, not like you're their father, or not like you're their parent. You have to be on the same level. Hi! Having the age gap and knowing that I have a young wife and then a very young daughter at my age. The depressing part for me is the fact that I won't be able to see her grow up, and maybe I won't be able to see her have children.
I think, especially when you have a child, how long do I really have with this person? It's not set in stone. You will have a certain amount of time, which I learned from losing my father at a young age.
Wesley gets a lot of her character from her father. It was devastating when he died. Troy passed away May 18th of 2006. I woke up and found him dead. And as you can imagine, that was extremely traumatic. Well, she will tell you that it has affected her relationship. She'll look straight at you and say, I have daddy issues. And I've heard her say it quite a few times.
So Wes, I'm interested in some of your childhood memories, since it did seem like you were here many times, several times a year.
I used to come here with my dad and my mom and my brother. Every year we would go Christmas shopping here. My dad was a landscaper, so he loved the grounds.
Growing Rosalie is what our future is. We are laser focused on making sure that she is brought up in a loving family. We want to show her that two people, no matter what they look like, no matter who they are, if they have an age gap or not, it's all about building our relationship. And that's what our future is going to hold.
My vision of a soulmate is having a child with somebody and raising them and being together, and he is that person for me.
This is 23-year-old Caleb. He fell in love with 56-year-old Mark.
I think Mark's best quality is definitely his eyes.
Their relationship has received criticism due to their age gap.
When I get comments that are calling my boyfriend a flat-out pedophile, those are the only ones that trigger me.
With friends and family also worrying about the age difference.
Like, you are way younger than him.
With mounting pressures from haters, can their relationship survive any additional turmoil?
Just start with the cheating. Are you comfortable with me talking about this?
I'd rather not.
Pancakes and eggs? It doesn't smell that.
I know, it doesn't really look like a
Like,
pancake.
what the? Is this an egg omelet?
It's weird. It's so.
I did not want one of those. Do you want to go get breakfast?
Maybe that's what we should do.
How when me and Mark met, it's not the most conventional way. I was 17 and he didn't necessarily know that.
Caleb and I met, I was 49 and he was 17. Of course people are going to have an issue with it. I didn't necessarily expect when I met Caleb that I was going to fall in love with him.
I took my friend's phone who I was living with and I downloaded the app. I'm sure everyone knows of Grindr, and I just started messaging, and I got a message from this one guy. He seemed really nice, so he wanted to meet, and I thought, why not? So the next day I went and I met him, and ever since I've been with him.
I started thinking that Caleb was the one, I'm going to say a few months into us seeing one another. We had probably gone out maybe 8 or 10 times or something over the course of the first few months. I mean, it was not something I expected because of him being that much younger than me.
I can't see your face when I have it like that. There you go. Hi, baby. Hi.
Whilst Mark was initially concerned about their age gap, he's found mounting judgment about their relationship difficult to deal with.
As far as judgments, if they see an older person walking alongside of a younger person, it's probably going to be, oh, that's his son, that's his nephew, that's something, right? Online, it's very harsh. Everything from I must be a pedophile to this is sick to I don't need to repeat them all, but there's just a lot of people with very closed minds who believe two men shouldn't be together. If an older man's dating a younger woman, that seems to be like, oh, he's got his trophy bride, or it's almost like the high five thing. But if an older man's dating a younger man, it's somehow or another sick and twisted. I don't know.
Caleb has a popular YouTube channel, which frequently features Mark, and his relationship has been criticised harshly online.
When I get comments that are calling my boyfriend a flat-out like pedophile, those are the only ones that trigger me. It triggers me specifically because it's a real occurrence. There are actual pedophiles. My boyfriend is in a consensual relationship with a 23-year-old male. People shouldn't judge age gap relationships in general, especially if the two are of legal age and they're both in a consensual relationship.
So one of the judgments is that I must be buying his affection. And, you know, the YouTube channel probably encourages that because a lot of his titles are sugar baby and blah, 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 blah. They're sensationalized and they intend to get people, well, what is this all about, right? So they have to go watch the video, but he's not a sugar baby. He's very capable of taking care of himself and he wants to.
But the couple have had to deal with more than just judgment online. They've had their own relationship issues to contend with.
Just start with the cheating.
Yeah.
Well, I call it the cheating, even though it was. You know, are you comfortable with me talking about this?
I'd rather not.
So basically, my boyfriend has been cheating on me. On my Instagram, I got a message from this account called I'm So Into Mark. For the past few months, he's been sneaking away to my apartment. What do you have to say for yourself? Who is this person?
There's some bomb ass up there. It's really hard to resist.
Stay away from my boyfriend. He's my hunk. I know he's sexy, and that's why I'm trying to keep him off my channel.
I'm sorry. I love.
How to overcome him cheating. Well, basically, that was a hard lesson that we learned not to share. Mark is human. I'm human. I wouldn't be lying if I didn't say I didn't make mistakes myself in this relationship. But I think what's important is to grow from it. I agree. We're stronger today.
Even Caleb's closest friend is also concerned about their relationship.
Sugar, you smell amazing. Are these for me?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing those.
You're so welcome. I'm so excited for you guys.
So I know we already talked about this before, but I want you to be honest. What do you think about Mark now that you met him a couple more times?
What do I think about Mark?
Yeah.
Obviously, as a friend, I think about long-term things. I think about his health. Like, you're a super adventurous person. And is he going to be hiking mountains with you?
Right. That's why I keep telling him. That's actually what I'm telling him.
Exactly. So, I mean, obviously, I thought about that. Other things that I think about are, like, concern as far as what his interests were. Like, you are way younger than him. Yeah. So that crossed my mind a little bit. But it's so weird because when I met Mark, like, instantly I didn't have any of these doubts anymore.
You're not the first friend to tell me that. I think it takes meeting him in person to understand.
Absolutely.
The dynamic, like, between us. Because I'm sure you assumed, like, oh, maybe it's just for money or something.
I think that you guys really balance each other out.
Oh, thanks. I feel like that, too.
I'm sure a lot of people expected this to be some weird flash in the pan and, you know, he's doing this and then either he'll move on to a new sugar daddy or whatever it was, right? We've been together for, it's just shy of 6 years. We've outlived a lot of marriages and we don't have any intention of parting ways. I mean, we're very happy together. We're about to buy we're in the process of buying our dream home in Hawaii and moving to the islands, you know?
I think Mark's best quality is definitely his eyes. I just think he is so handsome and the outside matches the inside, truly.
Caleb's best quality is he's very compassionate. He cares about his friends. He cares about the world. He cares about our little loved ones. And he cares about me.
Despite the judgment and difficulties they face, The couple's relationship still has hurdles to jump, but they remain committed to their love for one another.
The most difficult thing is knowing that, like, I'm probably going to die when Caleb's sometime in his 40s. Like in the prime of his life, quite literally, I'm going to disappear. And hopefully I don't go out like a lot of people do, which is just slow, fade, horrible, lengthy death, you know. My goal in life is to die with a look of surprise on my face, like, really, right now?
I look forward to spending the rest of my life with you. Or, I mean, the rest of your life, I should say. And even if you're going to be in a wheelchair, or I want to take care of you. I'm going to take care of you, baby. Same way you took care of me. I mean that. I love you. I love you too.
This is 23-year-old Zadeja. She fell in love with 55-year-old Tim.
I'm really over the top, and he seemed very confident.
Their age gap has never been more than just a number for their relationship.
A lot of people put the age gap thing as being this big deal. It really isn't.
But not everyone sees it that way.
My family is not okay with me dating older men.
And even those closest to them have struggled to get on board with their relationship.
I personally don't understand the age difference.
So today's my 55th birthday. I live hard, die young, leave a good-looking corpse. Well, obviously I wasn't going to leave the good-looking corpse no matter what. I wasn't blessed with that.
One of Tim's favorite songs is a song called Book of Love by Peter Gabriel. And so I decided to make him a literal book of love. The last lyric in this song is, "You ought to give me wedding rings." So this starts from our first date. Him literally wearing my headscarf to the grocery store. He's so weird. And then for the last part is part 2 and is dedicated to the rest of our lives together. Tim is a little bit emotional. He's gonna like this a lot. I can't wait.
Zadeja and Tim have been together for 2 years, with a 32-year age gap separating them.
Young lady, if I didn't love you, I wouldn't be here wearing my faded Yoda Dad. That's what the shirt says, Yoda Dad. Yeah, don't ask.
I've always been attracted to older men. People think that he's supposed to be like old and boring, but that's not the case whatsoever. Tim is just a gigantic kid. Hint, hint, the Marvel wrapping paper that I'm using.
But whilst they don't see the 32 years that divides them in age as an issue, there have been plenty of people who do.
My family is not okay with me dating older men. That sucks because people act differently. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. My mom, when she first found out, she was like freaked out. But then my mom does this thing where she like gets freaked out about something. Then a week later, she's all on board with it. So she's like completely supportive. She doesn't have an issue with it whatsoever. My dad, he won't talk about it. So I take that as a disapproval. And mostly the rest of my family is just, they're not okay with it.
Come on, I made that with love. Made it with love.
So good.
You're not going to chug it?
Even Tim's closest friend struggled to get on board with their relationship.
I have known Tim for 13 years. We're best friends.
This is my time.
I haven't always liked Tim's girlfriends. My reaction when I was told they were dating, when I first met Zadeja, I don't know, I didn't really think too much about it. There are some aspects that they talk about that I'm like, I don't know if that's going to work, but I also feel it's their life. I was happy that he found somebody that he seems to be happy with. I think that they do honestly love each other.
Happy birthday to you.
I'm so glad you didn't put 55 on there. Wouldn't that be horrible?
The pair have also found that going out as an age gap couple doesn't go unnoticed.
He was something.
We get some really funny looks in public. Yeah, I've seen some people really like break their necks, like staring so hard.
Sly comments, but normally they don't say anything to us. It's just the looks. Raccoon Tycoon. What is that? I know, I was just saying it out loud. Shipwrights of the North Sea.
While the judgment they face going out is mostly looks, people on social media have been far more vocal.
I'm the only one who has social media, so
I'm not allowed to.
Yeah, I get nasty comments. Once they're like, oh, he must be rich. He must be filthy rich. I didn't ask. I never asked how much money you have. I didn't say, hey, can I have some money? And you know how many times people ask me, are you a sugar baby? I think people just automatically think like I'm stupid or I'm dense. I don't understand anything. I don't have any life experiences. Okay.
Oh.
So I wrapped it in your superhero.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was laughing. I'm milking this. Am I milking this?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. You did it! Yeah, I got it. Yes!
The challenge of dating an older man, they almost always come with kids.
You couldn't ask for a crazier dad. Happy birthday, Batman wannabe. I'm old. I don't give a damn. I don't care. I mean, when you get to be a certain age, you just don't care. My children don't care. They go, Dad, as long as you're happy. They want her to treat me well. That's it.
It was all his personality. Tim, he's like, because I'm really over the top, so I like a guy to be like even more over the top.
Oh, no, not gonna read that either.
I was like, oh, okay, this guy, he's confident. I like it.
Zadasia's motivated. She has a zest for life, like she wants to go do things. The fact that she's beautiful didn't hurt. A lot of people put the age gap thing as being this big deal. It really isn't. It really isn't. We're human beings, and we're at various stages of our lives, but other than that, there's just not a lot of difference. There really isn't. Thank you for being my everything. I love you. Happy birthday, love Zadasia. That is so sweet. Yeah. Damn. Damn. Now I'm getting all like all emotional. Yeah, that's not funny.
Zadasia and Tim's relationship might be hard to comprehend to everyone from family to strangers, but in the end, none of that matters to them.
Doesn't bother me if people judge my relationship. Not one iota. Opinions are kind of like anuses. Everybody's got one, they all stink.
I know people watch and they're like, oh, you'll probably break up next week or something like that. He actually is really invested in thoroughly working out any issue that we have. That's like really special. As long as we can be together, we have to figure it out.
I'm too old to go looking for somebody else. I could die at any moment.
24-year-old YouTuber Julia fell in love with 61-year-old political pundit Eileen. They faced judgment about their age gap relationship.
I'm not her mother, I'm her lover, I'm her girlfriend, I'm her partner.
My mom is a few years younger than Eileen.
But their genuine love won over family and friends.
Good morning, it's Eileen. Hi, this is my mom.
And now they are defying the haters and the judgment to make the ultimate declaration of love.
Can't wait to see her. She's gonna be the most beautiful bride ever. Like, as soon as I see her, I'm gonna start crying.
We introduced you to Julia and Eileen. Their age gap relationship had many people up in arms.
There are people who think all age gap relationships are
for money, and that really annoys me because we pay everything equally. We'll not let any haters stop us because we just love each other.
Yeah. After travelling across the world to meet Julia's mother, the couple had a further surprise in store for us.
Hi sweeties, welcome back to the channel. I'm sitting on the kitchen floor because I don't want my girlfriend to hear me. Today I'm gonna be proposing to Eileen. Oh my god, what's this noise? Sorry, I'm paranoid. What's gonna happen is I have a gig today.
Wanna vlog you a little bit? Say hi!
What I'm planning to do is at the end of one of my songs, I'm gonna call her. And then when she's on the stage with everybody watching, I'm gonna get the ring, I'm gonna kneel down, and I'm gonna say, Eileen, will you marry me?
After a whirlwind engagement, Julia and Eileen's big day has finally arrived.
Okay, terrific.
I'm slightly nervous, obviously, but I am feeling like quite nervous as well. Like, no, I'm feeling very, oh my god. Yeah, I'm obviously nervous. I am happy, but I'm a bit nervous too. Like,
I haven't felt nervous like this in quite a while. It's really a very intense feeling. So I ordered champagne. Cheers, 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 cheers. Hey, I want to get on a Cheers Queer.
my mom and my auntie and my best friend came from Brazil, and Eileen has some family and friends that are coming from America.
It means a lot to me that Julia's family is so accepting, and mine as well. But Julia being a younger woman, it is to me incredibly important that she has the love and support of her extended family. My sister-in-law is walking me down the aisle, so I'm really very moved by that. I'm really, really happy to see you, Nancy.
I am thrilled to see you.
Yeah, I'm really thrilled.
I'm so glad that you're happy.
Lindo!
Você gostou?
Nossa, maravilhoso!
E o sapato?
Now, I know Julia really well, and fashion is part of her being. I know that she'll be tasteful and interesting, and I know I'll love every stitch on her, you know?
Oh my god, I have no idea what Eileen's dress is gonna be like. She's gonna be the most beautiful bride ever. Like, as soon as I see her, I'm gonna start crying. Oh, I can't wait.
Okay, there we go. Look at those shiny shoes. I'm about 100 million pounds, so I'm not thrilled to get in a wedding dress, but you know what? I don't care. Everybody's beautiful. It's for her and for our marriage. Okay, well, well, this is it. I've got my Spanx on. I chose this dress because my beautiful Julia loves cleavage on me. And the pink hair is in honor of my Julia.
That's perfect.
I didn't have any idea that she would propose. You know, we had a sense that we had something really unusual and unique, but we didn't really think of it, well, I didn't think of it in terms of, you know, is this marriageable or not? Have I always wanted to get married? No, I never really wanted to. And I think part of the reason for that is because, I don't know, I grew up in a time where gay people just, it wasn't something that you even had the right to think about.
With Eileen and Julia in their bridal gowns, it's time to make that walk down the aisle.
my mind, my body and soul for as long as I live. I am forever yours, my Eileen, in this life and for all eternity.
As you will almost certainly outlive me, I want you to know that I want you always to be open to love, as you were before me, so that I know that after me, you will always be wholly loved and appreciated for the entirety of your beautiful life. I love you, Julia.
I love you so much.
So it now gives me great pleasure to declare that you are now legally wife and wife. Congratulations!
The last thing I expected was Eileen to be married, but I am so happy for her. You know, the age somewhat surprised me. But knowing Eileen, she loves fun and she loves life. And when she told me about Julia, it just seemed like that would be the perfect person for Eileen.
Eu me sinto muito feliz porque a minha filha está feliz também. Todos os momentos para mim foram especiais aqui, muito bonitos, gostei de tudo. Eu desejo que as duas tenham uma felicidade plena, possam aproveitar esses bons momentos.
I am so happy my mom is here. Like, it's her first time in London, and it's so great to have her at the wedding. It was just so emotional to me to have her walking me down the aisle because she brought me up on her own.
This is the end point. This is what love does. We're all the same. We all share the universality of our feeling for one another.
Exactly, yeah, love is love. And we have just as much right as everybody else to be happy and to get married and to celebrate our love.
Yeah.
We'll just be happy together and...
Well, love, success, cats and dogs.
Cats and dogs, yeah.
Yeah, and if Julie ever wants to have a baby, I'm there for it, so...